Future backyard chicken owners often dream of having a picturesque backyard with happy chickens roaming across their lawn, eating insects and enjoying themselves in the sunshine in between laying their eggs. However, before you let them out of the chicken run to let them free range, it makes sense to think about the advantages and disadvantages of free ranging. Chickens can be a great advantage to the gardener, but they have their own ideas of what they like to eat, and in their search for a tasty bug or seed, they find the soft soil in your flower garden irresistible. Their natural instinct is to scratch away the loose soil, regardless of the young seedlings that you've just planted. And keeping any garden bed mulched is almost impossible when there's a chicken around. So if you don't fence your chickens in, you will need to fence them out from any garden where you actually want to grow flowers or vegetables that chickens find tasty. If there's enough to choose from, they will be selective. For example, mine won't eat celery or pumpkin leaves, and they don't eat the leaves of the beans. But for sure they will shred your spinach. So whatever is precious had better be out of reach. If you've had chickens for more than a day, you know that chickens poop. A lot. Unfortunately, chickens can't be house-trained, so wherever the chickens go, they will leave their poop behind them. That's not fun when you come to set your bare foot down in a big deposit of fresh, squishy chicken poop. Dust bathing is a favourite chicken activity. Supposedly they do it to clean their feathers of mites, but when you watch them it seems to me that it's not so much about hygiene as about sheer enjoyment, a bit like the reason we ladies might soak for hours in a bubble bath as compared to a quick shower. Chickens prefer to dust bathe in dirt that is dry but cool, so not completely bone dry. And when she finds the perfect spot, she will scratch away in there and make quite a deep hole, which can be a trap that people can stumble into when walking unwarily across the lawn. So if you want your backyard to look more like a well-groomed lawn than a grassy, shell-pocked battlefield, maybe keep the chickens off the lawn. If they have access to it, chickens will eat a lot of grass. Combine that with all that scratching around they love to do, and a few chickens will turn quite a large area of lush grass into bare dirt surprisingly quickly. And once that's happened, the bare dirt won't regain its green covering unless it gets a break without any chickens until the greenery is re-established. So free-ranging your chickens needs a very large space if you don't want them to do too much damage. In their chicken run, you have probably provided only one place that is even slightly appealing to a chicken as a place to lay eggs. But when they're out of the run, they're going to have more choices and make their own decisions about where to lay their eggs. That can lead to little piles of eggs in the most unexpected places and a daily game of hunt the eggs. If your nest boxes are well designed and enticing to a hen, she will usually continue to choose the proper place, that means the place that you intended the nest box, even when she has other options. Check out my video about what features make a nest box appealing to a hen. There is no doubt that if you keep your chickens confined in a secure enclosure, you can also keep them secure from predators. Once you open the door to let the chickens out, you are letting them out to where they are exposed to whatever predators might be looking for a chicken dinner. Whether this is a large or small factor in your decision to free-range your chickens depends on what predators you have to deal with. Some overhead shelter, like low shrubs and trees, will help protect them from flying threats such as hawks, and chickens instinctively prefer to shelter under the branches. Four-legged predators such as foxes no doubt require different protective measures. I have heard that having a guard dog or even a rooster can provide some protection, but we don't have foxes in New Zealand or any other large predatory wild animals, so I have no experience with or concern about these. The major predator threat that I've had to deal with is in fact the neighbour's dog. Of course, in planning to free-range your chickens, you need to make sure that they don't wander over into your neighbour's place. My tragedy happened when the neighbour's dog jumped the fence into our place, and in the course of one afternoon terrorised my flock, savagely killing 3 of them, leaving dismembered body parts and pitiful piles of feathers that told the story of their hopeless attempt to escape the horror. In the end, if you allow your chickens to free range, you will be increasing their risk from predators, so think about that before you open the cage. So with all of these factors to consider, maybe free ranging doesn't sound quite such a good idea. But there are advantages too. In your garden, chickens can help with insect control. They will love to eat grass grubs, caterpillars, and all kinds of grubs and bugs that threaten your plants. And those grubs and leaves and seeds can make up a significant part of their daily diet, which not only makes their eggs taste amazing, it also cuts down on the cost of specific chicken food. And all that chicken poop is of course amazingly good fertiliser, although unless you collect it, the chickens will seldom deposit it exactly where you think it will do the most good. And having at least some of the chicken poop already spread for you means less work for you cleaning out their chicken run. Allowing them to dust bathe does mean they will have less problems with external parasites like mites. So your chickens will be healthier and happier, and the chicken house will be a nicer place to be around. Illnesses and infestations won't spread through the flock so quickly if the chickens are not all crowded together all the time. So you will probably have less expense from treating those illnesses, and losses won't be as bad. With that extra space comes the ability of lower ranked chickens to stay out of the way of the higher ranked hens. Of course that doesn't eliminate the pecking order, and the chickens will still make it clear who should be staying out of their way. But the lesson is more likely taught with a quick peck or chase than by overt fights. And of course, if the weather is hot or cold or rainy, then it's nice to let the chickens find their own place to shelter or just sit in the shade of a bush of a summer's afternoon. So, should you free range or not? Well, if you asked a chicken, they're going to say yes. Maybe they don't understand some of the risks, and they certainly have no concept of the value that you might place on your garden seedlings, or a smooth green lawn, or a poop-free walkway. But even a rescue hen who has never seen the outside world will very quickly demonstrate that once you open the door to a world of green plants and bugs and shady trees, she will embrace all that that world has to offer a chicken who just wants to do chicken things. And not only do you get to enjoy the sheer entertainment that comes from just watching chickens being chickens, you also get more and yummier eggs from happy hens. Neither I nor my chickens would want it any other way.